Shalom and greetings from Israel. This is Jerusalem Jane. I am making a video for all my Christian friends, my family and my supporters all over the world. I think some of you have recognized already where I am. But before I speak about that, I want to speak from my heart a little bit. You know, I have been living in Israel now for more than 10 years, stood in the gap for Israel, speaking up for Israel. I've been covering wars. I've been covering terror attack upon terror attack. I have been speaking about all the Jewish mothers who have had to bury their children who has been brutally murdered in terror attack here in Israel. So today is Good Friday. It's a special day for me as a Christian, for my family, for all my Christian friends around the world and all my followers who has been following me for so many years on my social media. It's also Passover. The Jewish people are celebrating Let My People Go. They came out of bondage in Egypt. They came home to the Holy Land. So today is a very significant time here in Israel. So how did this day begin? Well, 6:30 this morning, the red alert went off on my phone, and I knew that we are now under missile attack again from the Houthis in Yemen. Naturally, this has happened many times where you have to grab your children, your toddlers, and run to cover because the Houthis want to murder Jewish children again. So that's how this day began here in the Holy Land. And as you know, I always run to my balcony to make videos. But I made my way down to this special garden that has such a significant place in my heart. And I made a video call to my mom and I said, can you see where I am? I want to take this opportunity to wish a happy Easter to all my family, my friends in Denmark, my followers around the world. And I really want to encourage you for such a time as this to wake up and stand with Israel. Since we were brutally attacked on October 7, the onslaught on the Jewish people, where women were raped in front of their men and children, whole families were burned alive, people were decapitated, the worst atrocity since the Holocaust. The anti-Semitism has exploded around the world, and the Jewish people are looking and saying, where are our friends? So this weekend, when you are coming together to celebrate the message of Easter, of Jesus being crucified, he gave his life. He was not murdered. He gave his life out of love for you and me. Remember that message. Death could not hold him down. And on Resurrection Sunday, he rose again, and the tomb is empty. The tomb is right behind me. As you can see, I was lucky enough to be there alone and make a small video. I just want to encourage you for such a time as this, when we honor this message, the message of Passover for the Jews, the message for Christians celebrating that Jesus rose from the dead, get involved and stand with Israel. The mainstream media, you can't trust them. The lies, the propaganda, the anti-Israel bias in the media are horrific. The other side, the hate towards Israel, the US colleges, the campuses in America, the anti-Semitism, the hate is just horrific. People walking in the streets and they are calling from the river to the sea, Palestine should be free, which means the eradication of Israel and the Jewish people. We need to do better. As Christians, my friends, we need to do better. So take this time when you are coming together in your church for this Easter message. Where did it take place? In Israel, right here in the garden tomb. The tomb is empty. It took place in Israel. This means when you open your Bible, you are not reading about Norway, you are not reading about Australia, you are reading about Israel. And Israel is special because God single-handed Israel out throughout all the nations. God looked and he said, this tiny little piece of real estate, this is where I'm putting my name down. This is God's nation. You cannot separate Israel and God. You cannot separate the Jewish people and God. They are one. They are united. So that's why God is saying, when you touch Israel, you touch the apple of my eye. It doesn't get any more special. It doesn't get any more intimate. You know, if you get something in your eyes, you're taking out, you need to remove it. That's how God speaks about Israel. Israel is precious. The Jewish people are precious. So with the covenant God made to Abraham and his descendants, that is an eternal covenant, never to be broken, never to be retracted, never to be changed. God is faithful to Israel and to the Jewish people. And as Christians, we wouldn't even have a faith if it wasn't for these people and for these nations. All the kings, the prophets, where did they live? Where did they preach? Where did they walk? Where did they perform miracle? In Israel. So yes, I know this might be a little bit of a different message for Easter, but my heart just breaks when I see the hate in the streets in America, in Europe, protesting against Israel, calling for the genocide of the Jewish people from the river to the sea. Palestine would be free, which we know means eradication of the Jewish people. So God is speaking to you and me when we read the scriptures. He's saying, comfort, comfort my people. Who's he talking to? Me and you. Yep. Nobody can say, I didn't know about this. If you have read the Bible, you know that this is what God is talking about. So on this very special Friday, as I am literally standing here in the garden tomb, this beautiful garden in the midst of Jerusalem, there's just a peace here. There's a sanctuary here. I mean, when you come to Israel, you need to come here for such a time as this. I want to encourage you. People are also asking me, Jane, is it safe to come to Israel? The rockets, the missiles, yes, it's safe. Just know where there's a bomb shelter and it's safe. Just come, let God protect you, let God guide you, and I promise you, when you step out in faith and you come to Israel, God will bless you. He will protect you and he will bless you. So happy Easter to all my friends around the world, to all my followers. Thank you for your support for Israel. And if you have anyone in your family or in your church and they don't really understand what it's about of Israel, talk to them, educate them, tell them that God has put his name down on this land, and you cannot love God and Jesus and don't love Israel and don't love the Jewish people. It doesn't work like that because they are connected. That's just the way that it is. So as you can see here, on a beautiful, beautiful day in the garden tomb, the tomb is empty. Resurrection Sunday is coming in a couple of days. I want to wish you and your families happy Easter here from Jerusalem.